CU Regent hopeful Ken Montera campaigns in Sterling. So here's Ken Montera. Hi guys, I'm Ken Montera. I'm running for CU Regent, 5th District. And I'm a Republican. I want you to vote for me. Ron Casados is my opponent. Don't vote for him, vote for me. I'm a 3rd-generation Coloradan. My grandparents immigrated to Pueblo in the early 1900s. I come from 2 generations of steelworkers and farmers. I had a working mother and a father that served on the USS Enterprise. During World War II, they both taught me independence and self-reliance at an early age. I was first in my family to have the opportunity to go to university. Whoopity-doo, look at me. Through the help of the President's Leadership Class Scholarship offered by CU in conjunction with state business and civic leaders, I graduated from the CU Leeds School of Business, studying marketing and international finance. My time at CU, my PLC scholarship, mentors, and my experiences while in Boulder significantly expand. Okay, so that's you get the gist. I can't edit. That's the best I could do. So Ron Casados, Democratic Party, Ken Montera, CU Regent, Republican. Those are the 2 people that are running. It's the 5th District, which is, this isn't my district, but it's the CU Regents. The CU Regents, I believe, they're the ones that go ahead and, run the university system. University of Colorado Board of Regents. It consists of 9 members serving staggered 6-year terms. And ... That's just a way to get me to click on their website. Goodness gracious. If you want to call the Board of Regents, it's 303-860-5668. And here's the 9. Here's the 9 right there. Hot guys. Wait. How come he's running for the Board of Regents? I thought he was appointed to the Board of Regents, but I don't see him on this board. Might be an old picture, right? It's an old picture. But 1 elected from each of Colorado's 7 congressional districts, 2 from the state at large, okay? The board is charged constitutionally with the general supervision of the university and the exclusive control and direction of all funds of and appropriations to, unless otherwise provided by law. So they get to take all the damn money. They get all the money. Well, I don't know if I really want this damn Montero. Ken Montera, he wants to take all, he has all the money. He's like worked at Johnson & Johnson, PepsiCo, Limited Brands, Baxter Healthcare. I think he might be like one of the richest people in Colorado. And he's saying, hey, I just want to get some political power because I want to give back. I want to give back to the people want power, not for altruistic reasons, generally speaking. Unless he's a socialist. Is he a socialist? Let's see here. Bolshevism. I'm not seeing. Victoria's Secret. Okay, so he's running Victoria's Secret. He's sold a bunch of, women's underwear. And he's Bath and Body Works. That's Limited Brands is the parent company of Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works. And this Ken Montero was the executive vice president. So, the executive of retail operations. So, it's like the more words you add, the lower he gets. The executive vice president of retail operations. Well, I'm the executive vice president of America? No, of a corporation. One of its departments. Have a responsibility for roughly 40,000 employees and a multi-billion-dollar operating budget. So what, $2 billion? Multi-billion! My responsibilities included brand strategy development, direct budget, fiscal management, human resource planning, and executive selection development and day-to-day operations of roughly 4,000. You hear me, Haas? Yeah, I hear you. Hey, Haas, are you paying attention? You son of a bitch. So, his time at CU, his PLC scholarship, expanded possibilities for the world, 33-year career. He worked in increasing levels of executive responsibility in 4 Fortune 200 companies. Oh, look at him. Not Fortune 500, but Fortune 200. So that means he's like above the 300 that's below the 200 that goes to the Fortune 500, but there's no such thing as a Fortune 200 company. Come on. I called him up and I left a message. I doubt he'll call. I thought he would. I'm like, I bet this guy's cocky enough just to pick up the phone no matter who calls. But, which I thought actually looked good. I mean, his disposition looks like he's pretty confident. But the questions that I had for Ken Montera is a Switzerland model. I got this Switzerland model idea of how university, it's great to study university, think about the ideas, Rousseau, the Enlightenment, this and that, and but we live in capitalist America, so we got to get a job. We got to start a business, or we got to get a career. We got to make some goddamn money, right? So we got to make that connection. We got to have that coordination. And so I call this a Switzerland model because that's where I heard it from. And what the Switzerland model, what they do, and they do it for high school, but so it's for college. You're supposed to be smarter in college or whatever, right? But what they do is they ask all the businesses in the community, what employees do you need? What employees will you need over the next 5 to 10 years? And so for the next 5 to 10 years, all these businesses are writing out, they're thinking long term, right? They're looking at, how they're going to expand operations and what employees would they like to have, on board. So you're getting the business owners to think bigger, to think in the future. And then once the business owners write their list of all their employee, the kinds of employees that they want over a 5 to 10 year period, then you ask, then you go to the schools and you ask the students what do they want to do, and then you provide that list. Is, anything that you want to do on this list? If not, then that means you're going to have to forge your own way. But this is kind of like an apprentice system. It's a coordination thing, really. The students want to get into business, a lot of them do, to make some money, and the people in the business want to get, these smart students, in particular fields into their business, so that way they don't have to think about the engineering or the accounting or the, political or the marketing or whatever, right? So I want to ask him about the Switzerland model of, I guess, education, business, coordination, something like that. I also want to know, what is Ken Montera's favorite educational theorist? Noam Chomsky, Howard Gardner, William Glasser. Maybe he's more like a corporate guy. So, I like Sam Walton, a lot of what Sam Walton had to say. Ray Kroc, Dave Thomas, Wendy's Dave Thomas. He seems to be pretty salt of the earth. So who are your, influences? Jordan Peterson, John Dewey, Sigmund Freud, Bruce Lee, Ninja, the OODA Loop, Jerome Bruner, Jean Piaget, Lev Vygotsky, Paulo Freire, B.F. Skinner. Even if you're an authoritarian piece of shit, that's B.F. Skinner, right? Paulo Freire says that freedom is an indispensable condition for being human. Ken Montera in 2018, he ran for CU Regent, and he, had a bunch of propaganda. The biggest thing that he kept saying over and over again, which I feel like it's a little lame, to be honest with you, because it's like, God damn, do these politicians they have some money, and so they could get their message out, and the only message he had to say is like, what I want is for the students to learn how to think, not what to think. Like, I'm going to say, no shit, Sherlock. No shit, Sherlock. In America, I don't even know why we have public schools that are not modeled exactly like Sudbury model schools. We don't have freedom and democracy in our public education, and so we're not learning how to be independent thinkers. We're not learning how to think, and instead it is what to think. I know better than you. Here's a PowerPoint. Memorize it and regurgitate it on a test. And shut the fuck up. You're nobody. I get the money. I get the power. I know everything. You're just an empty vessel. And you need to know all the knowledge I know because of whatever fucking bullshit. I need to get my paycheck. I got rent to pay, okay? I got to pay this landlord, regardless of the area of study. I'm running for the University of Colorado Regent at large state seat because CU changed my life. So Colorado University changed Ken Montera's life. It not only built the foundation for my career, but my entire life. Now I want to give back to my alma mater in the state that I love. So the primary election for Colorado is June 28th. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. June 20th is the last day for an individual to submit a voter registration application and still get a ballot in the mail. June 8th is the day that mail-in ballots are sent out to voters. So that means that's today, right? That's today. So today is when mail-in ballots are being sent out to voters. And I want to say early voting. I don't know when early voting, I think the 20th too. Anyways, June 8th, mail-in ballots are being sent out. June 20th, last day you could submit a voter registration application and still get a ballot in the mail. And then June 28th is the primary election day. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's same day registration too, so if you're an immigrant but you're planning on moving to Colorado, go ahead and register. I also want to ask what specific skills gave him business success. He talks about how Colorado helped him out, the Colorado University helped him out, but what specifically? Was it the pie charts? Was it the flow charts? Was it there's a bunch of business forms and shit. Was it the accounting, the credits and debits? Well, the debits and then the credits. And then I wanted to ask him about his, time at PepsiCo and Limited Brands and Victoria's Secret. So he sold a bunch of women's underwear. Okay, so that's how you make your money right there. You sell a bunch of women's underwear, and you don't just sell it here, you sell it there and over there. You sell them everywhere. The priorities that Ken Montera are going to bring to the University of Colorado is both, he's got a twofold approach. Fiscally, he's got, and academically. Ken Montera is going to ensure that the cost of a CU education is affordable for all Colorado families as our state's flagship institution. This is a fundamental responsibility of the Board of Regents. I agree with that. Absolutely. Drive those costs down. What's it cost to go to Colorado University? $17 billion? That's too much. Take it down to at least $13 billion. Foster and nurture an environment. They always raise the damn rates too, so you got to pay attention to that. They'll say these things but those are the goals. These are honorable goals. Foster and nurture an environment of free speech where critical thinking skills can be developed through vigorous, fact-based debate. Create an inclusive environment on the board where our overarching objectives will be driven by the success of our students and faculty, not individual agendas. Provide degree programs that enable our students to be competitive and successful in the open market once they leave CU. I like every single one of those things. Make sure it's free speech. You should have a free speech zone. A spot where, no matter what, this is where free speech is allowed, no matter what. Critical thinking's vigorous, fact-based debate. That's how the smartest, that's how the 1% get to the, place where they're at. So I kind of actually believe that this guy may want to truly give back. He may actually want to give back. The Board of Regents' responsibility is to set the strategies and policies that will drive the future success of the system, fiscal oversight of the budget, capital approval, including tuition changes. So, wow, the Board of Regents is all about the tuition. Yeah, don't fucking raise it. Actually, lower the damn tuition. Yeah, lower it by 1 percentage point. I dare you. The selection and, if need be, termination of the university president. So they got probably a shit ton of responsibility, but they're kind of like the board of directors for a corporation. The main responsibility is they choose the leader. They choose the main guy. And this guy's got such an ego. I mean, I don't even know how he's going to be able to work with the salesman guy, this salesman. So the current president of the Colorado, I guess the university system, the current president of the Colorado University system is Todd Salomon. Good old Todd Salomon, Mr. Curly Hair and Mr. Beard and the face. He's the 24th president of the University of Colorado, July 2021, following his appointment by the Board of Regents. So he got hired by the Board of Regents last year. So he's been in there for a year. What's his damn vision? Does he have a vision? Does he give a shit about anybody? He was born and raised in Littleton. He graduated from CU Boulder with a degree in political science, 30 years of experience Hey, I got political with 30 years experience in public policy, higher education in Colorado, including serving in the state legislature, working for 2 Colorado governors, overseeing CU's budget operations for more than a decade. Todd Salomon has got a lot of experience. He should just shut the fuck up and do what the fuck he says. Shut the fuck up and do what he says. He's devoted his entire career to advancing the state and Colorado university system. He believes deeply in the value of higher education and the power of a 4-year degree to unlock opportunity. Opportunity. His favorite educational theorist is not mentioned. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da. He likes playing a guitar. He enjoys woodworking and yoga, hiking and skiing, and attending bluegrass music concerts with his family. Well, shoo-wee. No shit. Good old Skeeter. I gotta go get that bluegrass music. You know, I came out of Kentucky. All the grass is green there. There's no fucking bluegrass. The bluegrass state. Motherfucker, show me some grass. I've never seen bluegrass in my goddamn life. Here's a quote by Todd Salomon. The University of Colorado's strength lies in our students, faculty, and staff, and the extraordinary things happening on our campuses. CU touches so many lives in so many ways, from improving water quality on Earth to exploring the outer space, from uniting people through the beauty of live performance to providing leading healthcare to tens of thousands of patients each year. I'm both humbled and proud to serve this great university, my alma mater, which is a force for good in the world. Todd Salomon, University President of Colorado. So, yeah, we need to fire that bastard, right? The tuition's out of fucking control, and the students aren't, they're getting shackled with all this goddamn debt. Half of them are dropping out, and the other half aren't finding any goddamn jobs. Nah, we got to get rid of Todd Salomon, and we got to, let's just elevate the valedictorian of Archuleta County. Let's get the valedictorian of Archuleta County, and let's just put them as the president of the university system, because they're starry-eyed ideal, right? So what do you want? What do you think in this? For a while, let's just have a Jimmy Carter. Let's have an ideal, an idealist in office as a president. We need like a philosopher in chief. We need like a fucking Jordan Peterson. I think is like the de facto fucking philosopher king of the Western world. But I feel like having some kind of philosopher, that's at least, if you don't have the vision that inspires everybody, then you find the philosopher that has the vision that inspires everybody. Because people need to be fucking inspired and encouraged. If you're not going to, I guess, beat them into shape. So, and then what's his vision for Colorado University? I like, he's got a couple things with the free speech thing. I like that. Because that is what the 1% does. That's the education, we're a Prussian education system. So it comes out of, let's see, Hornsman, Prussia. It's a 3-tiered. You got the Volksschule, and then you have the, sort of civil society, and then you have the 1%, the fucking rulers. So you got general education, because you don't want a bunch of dumb motherfuckers, but basically to the level of George Carlin, to where they can run the machines and do the paperwork, but they won't rebel against any of this shit. And then you're going to need some of the smart people, right? You're going to need your doctors and your police officers, your judges and shit. So you're going to need some of the people that's smart enough to, sort of run society and be able to do the things, right? Plumbing and farming, and be able to do some of the trade work and shit. And then you got the 1%ers who, are going to be the masters of not just the industry, but masters of industry and politics. And that is from Gatto. There's a guy that talked about the American history, the radical history of American history or something. I don't know. But John Gatto. So, what does all this mean? It means that we probably should fire that Todd Salomon, right? And go with this guy. This guy's got the free speech thing. There is a big, a lot of people that they say they go to college. I went to University of Louisville, graduated BA political science. And a lot of people want to say that you go to college and you talk about these ideas and you throw ideas out there and you're like questioning the world. No, that's how I did college. And I think I fucked up by doing college like that. You actually came here to talk about ideas? You actually came here to discuss things? No, you're just supposed to shut the fuck up, tell the teacher they're smart, get your A, and then get the hell out of there and get your fucking grade. That's fucking logical. That makes sense. That doesn't make sense at all. I'm paying all this fucking money for a goddamn education. I want a real fucking education. Imagine if we all got into a room and said, hey, how can we make the world a better fucking place? Hey, what are you going through? What are your needs? What do you need? Is there anything? And then what can we all do together? You know? Imagine if we, turn the classroom into a fucking revolutionary force like that instead of just obey the fastest dictator in the front of the room. Obey the fastest dictator in the front of the room. Priorities, I believe, are important. University of Colorado's future growth, both academically, fiscally. So, Switzerland model, third largest employer. So, Colorado University System is the third largest employer in Colorado. They contribute to over $12 billion to our state economy and our future, he says. I believe every child has a right to fulfill their dreams regardless of where they started in life. Having lived that dream, I now want to help lead those dreams. His phone number is 719-249-4863. His email is ken@monteraforregent.com. I think I got that from somewhere. Ken Montera is a Republican. He's a father of 3. He previously ran for CU Regent at-large position in 2018, but he lost to Democrat Leslie Smith. Ken Montera will serve in the position until 2022. He replaces the Regent Change Hill. So he lost his 2018 race, but he was appointed by Jared Polis to replace Change Hill, somebody named Change Hill, who had resigned for some reason. Mayor Suthers called Montera an outstanding choice for the Regent position, going on to say that he didn't think that the governor could have made a better choice. Ken Montera, when asked about his potential plans about running again for the position in 2022, said he wouldn't have taken the position if he didn't plan on running for it. Why is he being such a smartass? I'm humbled after over 40 years to once again be home and part of the University of Colorado. Ken Montera said, after taking his oath administered by board chair Jack Kroll, you know what? Where does he believe in freedom and democracy? Because, yeah, we should, get into these rigorous debates and shit, but does he want to be a part of it? Does he want to be a great debater? And we do need to think about these things. So we need to have caucuses and people getting together and, having meetings. This should be commonplace. In America, it's like you're not supposed to talk about politics because it's rude or something. In America, not talking about politics? Jesus fucking Christ. Who wants to be a Tim Dillon dickhead? Nobody wants to be a Tim Dillon dickhead. Okay, so Sue Sharkey, Heidi Ganahl. Oh, shit. Heidi Ganahl is running for governor. So maybe that's why he wants to be part of the CU Regent leadership. So that way he could take us all the way to the governor's chair. President Todd Salomon and Regents Kroll, Vice Chair Sue Sharkey, Heidi Ganahl, Glenn Gallegos, Callie Renison, and Ilana Spiegel joined Wednesday's virtual swearing-in, welcoming Ken Montera to the board. He's had an extremely successful business career. Over the past 30 years, he worked at 4... Right, I already mentioned that. Okay, He's lived in 9 different cities across the country. Decided to return to Colorado, where he knows he can make an impact, be a big fish in a small pond, the small pond of Colorado. Now I'm committed, 9 million people here? Now I'm committed to giving back to the state. A liberal arts education, that's interesting. He's this, fucking corporate guy, but he's saying that we do need a liberal arts education. Historically, it's been the foundation where diverse viewpoints and voices were nurtured. Yeah, it used to be. I am not happy with my college education. I'm not happy with any of my education from fucking kindergarten all the way to graduate school. Not college, not high school, not middle, not fucking elementary. My kindergarten, you know what? I like Miss Kennedy. Miss Kennedy was all right. I know how to read and write and arithmetic. My 3 R's. I got all my 3 R's in, kindergarten. And then for the next 12 years, then they just wasted my life for the next 12 fucking years. Ken Montera is a 3rd generation Coloradan. First attend Bath and Body Works. Let's see here. Victoria's Secret. He basically what? Just put women's lingerie on his head. Here it says after moving to 10 different cities. Which is it, Ken Montero? Is it 10 cities or 9 cities, Ken Montero? U.S. operations in Canada. He retired in 2014. So he hasn't been doing, he's just hanging out. Since retiring, he's been active in his community, serving as vice chairman of the Colorado Springs Philharmonic Orchestra, serving on the board of the Salvation Army and other startup businesses. He consults for the retail, manufacturing, supply chain on brand strategy, leadership, new product development. Ken Montera has 3 children, 2 that live in Columbus, Ohio, and 1 that lives in the Denver area. Oh my God. His own kids don't even want to live in goddamn Colorado. And one's in Denver, so Denver's going to, get the lion's share. He's the proud grandfather of his first grandson, Henry, who just turned 2. Ken Montera lives in Colorado Springs with his fiancée, Teresa. I want to say this might have been from 4 years ago, too. Is it still fiancé? Did he finally put a ring on it? Did he marry that Teresa, or did Ken Montera graduated from Colorado University, leads school business in 1979. His professional experience includes being the chief stores officer and executive vice president of retail operations for limited brands. Ken Montera retired in 2014. He's been affiliated with the Colorado Springs Philharmonic Orchestra and the Salvation Army. District number 5 includes El Paso County. There's 88,000 Democrats and 148,000 Democrats there, or Republicans. There's more Republicans there. Total registered voters are 456,000, but there's a lot of unaffiliated. They're all basically 210,000 are unaffiliated. Chance Hill resigned November 2021, so he's been in, this Ken Montera's been in there for a couple goddamn months, so he's sort of the incumbent. His website is monteraforregent.com. His Facebook, he's got a Facebook and a Twitter. Bachelor's degree in marketing and international business. He, got that in 1979 from the University of Colorado Boulder. And then there's this questionnaire here, and I'm done reading for now. But the question's coming up. What are your top 3 priorities if elected? What experiences prepared you for office? There you go. So, don't vote for Ken Montera.